ሰላም ጤና ይስጥልን ተመልካቾቻችን አርትስ ቢዝነስ ካፌ ፕሮግራማችን ነው ተጀምሯል። በዛሬው አርትስ ቢዝነስ ካፌ ፕሮግራማችን ከሳምንቱ በአዲስ አበባ ስለተከናወነው የኢትዮጵያና የአውሮፓ ህብረት የቢዝነስ ፎረም የምንነግራችሁ ይሆናል። በዚህ የቢዝነስ ፎረም ላይ በርካታ አዲስ ርዕሰ ጉዳዮች ተነስተዋል። በርካታ ጉዳዮችም የተዳሰሱበት ነበር። በዚህ ፎረም ላይ ምን ተነሳ የሚለውን ወደ እናንተ የምናቀርብ ይሆናል። እስከ ፕሮግራማችን ፍጻሜ አብራችሁን ቆዩ። ተመልካቾቻችን በዚህ ፎረም ላይ በርካታ እንግዶች የተገኙ ሲሆን በተለይም በአውሮፓ ያሉ በርካታ ኢንቨስተሮች በኢትዮጵያ ኢንቨስት ሊያደርጉ የሚችሉባቸውን መንገዶች የተመለከቱበት ውይይቶች ተካሂደዋል። ከዛም ባለፈ ደግሞ የአውሮፓ ህብረት የዓለም አቀፍ ትብብር ኮሚሽነር ጆሴፍ ሴኬላ በስብሰባው ላይ ተገኝተው ነበር። ከተለያዩ ተቋማቶች ጋርም የስምምነት ፊርማዎችን አድርገው ነበር። ከነዚህ ስምምነቶች አንዱ በተለይም ከአፍሪካ ፍሪ ትሬድ ጋር የተደረገው የ1.2 ቢሊዮን ዩሮ ስምምነት ነው። ይህ 1.2 ቢሊዮን ዩሮ ስምምነት በተለይም 54ቱ የአፍሪካ ሀገራት እርስ በርስ ለማስተሳሰርና በፍሪ ትሬዱ ላይ ያላቸውን ግንኙነት የበለጠ ለማጠናከር እንደሚረዳ ተነግሯል። በመድረኩ ላይ በተለይም ከዚህ ጋር ተያይዞ ደግሞ የተነሱ ርዕሰ ጉዳዮችን ተከታትለን እንመለሳለን።
Ethiopia is the fifth largest economy on the continent, the seat of the African Union, growing about 7% a year, with 135 million people. It is a country with the scale, with the ambition and the reform momentum to define what the next decade looks like for the whole region. This is why I'm here, and looking at this room, over 500 participants from Ethiopia and from Europe. I think Team Europe is exactly where we should be. Europe's offer is different. It is called Global Gateway, and what makes it different is not a promise. It is the partnership we deliver. We combine public finance with private capital. We link infrastructure to skills and institutions. We build to European standards of transparency, sustainability, and openness.
You convene this very important forum today at a time when the global economy is confronting unprecedented headwinds. However, the platform today also presents an opportunity for Europe, for the Federal Republic of Ethiopia, to accelerate trade and investment opportunities to navigate these very turbulent times. And I'm very pleased in this regard to report to you that Ethiopia has gazetted its schedule of tariff concessions under the leadership of His Excellency the Prime Minister and my dear brother Minister Kosehan Gofer, enabling Ethiopia to be one of 26 countries that are already trading under the rules of the AFCFTA. For the very first time in history, Ethiopia acceded to a trade agreement, and that trade agreement is the AFCFTA. We therefore commend the government, and we look forward to working together to enhance opportunities for Ethiopia in this market of 1.4 billion people with a combined GDP of 3.4 trillion United States dollars. As I mentioned, trading under the AFCFTA has commenced. In fact, in the year 2024, we recorded $220 billion worth of trade, intra-Africa trade in manufacturing, trade in services, which are the key drivers of Africa's economy.
በሌላ በኩል የአፍሪካ የአህጉራዊ ነጻ የንግድ ቀጠና ሴክሬታሪያትና የአውሮፓ ህብረት ባደረጉት የ1.2 ቢሊዮን ስምምነት ላይ የአፍሪካ ሀገራት እርስ በርስ የሚተሳሰሩበትን መንገድም ውይይት ሲያደርጉ ነበረ። ሌሎች ኢንቨስተሮችም በኢትዮጵያ ያለውን ምቹ ሁኔታ ሲመለከቱ የነበረበት ሁኔታን የነበረው። ከዚህ ጋር ተያይዞ ደግሞ የኢትዮጵያ የገንዘብ ሚኒስትር ዴታ ክብርት ወይዘሮ ሰመሪታ ሰዋሰውም በመድረኩ ላይ ንግግር አድርገው ነበረ። በተለይም በአሁኑ ጊዜ በኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ወደ 300 የሚጠጉ የአውሮፓ ኢንቨስተሮች እንደሚገኙና ተጨማሪ ኢንቨስተሮች ወደ ኢትዮጵያ መጥተው ኢንቨስት የሚያደርጉበት እድል እንዳለ ተናግረዋል። በአሁኑ ወቅት በኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ወደ 300 የሚደርሱ የአውሮፓ ኩባንያዎች መኖራቸው ይታወቃል ያሉት ሚኒስትሯ ይህም በኢኮኖሚው ላይ እየጨመረ ያለውን እምነት ያሳያል ብለዋል። ከዚህ ባለፈ በግብርና በአግሮ ፕሮሰሲንግ ዘርፍ እንዲሁም የኢትዮጵያን የተለያዩ የአየር ንብረት ሁኔታዎች የበለጸገ የሀብት መሰረት የእሴት መጨመርና ሌሎች ምርቶችን ለማምረት የሚያግዙ ስራዎችን በመስራት የኢትዮጵያ መንግስት የአውሮፓ ኢንቨስተሮችን በዝግጅት እየጠበቀ እንደሆነና በርካቶችን መጥተው ኢንቨስት እንዲያደርጉ የጋበዙበት ንግግርን አድርጓል። ከመድረኩ ንግግሩን ተከታትለን እንመለሳለን።
The fundamentals of the Ethiopian economy remain strong. With a population exceeding 120 million, a young and dynamic workforce, expanding infrastructure and an abundant natural resource, Ethiopia offers scale, resilience and long-term opportunities. This is reflected in the presence of around 300 European companies already successfully operating in Ethiopia, demonstrating growing confidence in our economy. Building on this momentum, we warmly invite more European companies to be part of Ethiopia's transformation journey. There are significant opportunities across established and emerging sectors. In agriculture and agro-processing, Ethiopia diversifies climate and strong resource-based support, value addition production, while manufacturing, particularly in textile, garments and leathers, industrial parts and competitive workforce, offers solid platforms for export-oriented growth. The energy sector is also evolving, with reforms creating more space for private sector investment, especially in renewable energy, where Ethiopia is ready, has a strong foundation. At the same time, infrastructure and logistics remain key priorities, offering further opportunities for partnership and innovation.
This forum offers, I'm sure about it, a valuable opportunity to deepen and strengthen the partnership between the European Union and Ethiopia. Our partnership is built on shared values, mutual respect, and a long history of cooperation. Take my country, for example. We celebrated 120 years of diplomatic relations between Austria and Ethiopia. And we are bound through figures in our history, like, for example, Maria Theresia. This long history is a testament to the enduring bond between our nations. I'm looking forward to build on this connection through the opportunities this forum brings. I would like to now follow up on what Commissioner Sikela said about the EU Global Gateway Initiative. I share his view that Global Gateway Initiative at the heart of this forum can serve as the foundation for the next phase of our relations. Both European companies and the Ethiopian companies benefit from extensive investment platform and the partnerships that can arise from such funding. I'm therefore really delighted that so many dedicated business leaders from Europe as well as, of course, from Ethiopia are here today.
በዚሁ መድረክ ሌላው የተሰማው ነገር በተለይም የአውሮፓ ህብረት ከኢትዮጵያ ካሉ ተቋማት ጋር በተለያዩ ሶስት ርዕሰ ጉዳዮች ላይ ስምምነት ፈጽሟል። በዚህም ወደ 150 ሚሊዮን ዩሮ የሚጠጋ ድጋፍን እንደሚያደርግ ተገልጿል። ከዚህ ስምምነት ጋር ተያይዞ በተለይም የጆሴፍ ሴኬላ እንደተናገሩት 150 ሚሊዮኑ ከዘመን ባንክ ጋር ወደ 20 ሚሊዮን የሚጠጋ ዩሮ፣ ሌሎች ደግሞ ለዲጂታል ትራንስፎርሜሽን እና ለመሰረተ ልማት እንዲሁም ለግብርናውን ለማሳደግ የሚሆኑ ድጋፎች ወደ 110 ሚሊዮን የሚጠጋ ስምምነትን አድርጓል። ከዚህ ባለፈ ግን ጆሴፍ ሴኬላ ከተናገሯቸውና በተለይም በኢትዮጵያ ኢኮኖሚ ውስጥ ትልቅ ድጋፍ ያደርጋል ተብሎ የሚጠበቀው ከዚህ በፊት በ2020 በሰሜኑ ጦርነት ምክንያት ተቋርጦ የነበረው ለኢትዮጵያ የሚደረግ ድጋፍ በጀት ከአውሮፓ ህብረት የሚገኘው የበጀት ድጋፍ ዳግም እንደ አዲስ መጀመሩን የገለጹበት ነው። ይህ የበጀት ድጋፍ በተለይም ለኢትዮጵያ መንግስት ትልቅ ድጋፍ እንደሚሆንና የኢትዮጵያ መንግስት ከጦርነቱ በኋላ እያደረገ ያሉት ማስተካከያዎች በተለይም ደግሞ ለውጡን በመመልከት ድጋፉ እንደ አዲስ እንዲጀምር አድርገናል ብለዋል ጆሴፍ ሴኬላ። ይህን ንግግራቸውን ተከታትለን እንመለሳለን።
These investments truly matter to people of this country. This morning we announced a package of investments focused on three areas that matter most to people in their everyday lives. This is reliable energy and connectivity, jobs and agriculture, and healthcare. We signed a digital economy package, a joint framework with the Ethiopian government on digital infrastructure, skills and governance, with 150 million euro already committed, and the ambition is double that. This is about building the digital backbone Ethiopia needs for the next generation. The European Investment Bank also signed 2 new lending cooperations today. A 20 million loan to Zemen Bank to bring affordable credit to agri-food businesses and smallholder farmers. And that 110 million euro loan for rural finance specifically designed to reach rural households, women and small enterprises across the country. But the most significant announcement of the day is the resumption of EU budget support to Ethiopia. As you know, this support was suspended in 2020 following the conflict in northern Ethiopia. We are resuming it now as a clear signal of our confidence in the reforms this government is pursuing and our commitment to this partnership for the long term. This unlocks a substantial package of over 140 million euro to support our shared priorities: energy, connectivity, health, and improving the business environment. It reflects our joint commitment to delivering tangible results in terms of growth, investment, and jobs, and to satisfying our mutual interests. A significant part of this will strengthen our investments in energy and connectivity. The flagship here is RISE, our long-term investment program that is already delivering concrete results for people across Ethiopia. With it, we have modernized the electricity grid, laid 2,500 kilometers of fiber optic cable, and helped build the Ashegoda with farm in Tigray. In practice, this delivers electricity access for 4 million people, power outages cut in half, and internet connectivity reaching communities that have never had it before. With the resumption of budget support, we will go further. Let me close with something broader. The EU has been present in Ethiopia for 50 years. We have built hospitals, trained farmers, modernized infrastructure, and stood with this country through difficult times. The mission is about the next chapter, one built on investment, mutual benefit, and a partnership we intend to deepen. Europe is Ethiopia's largest export destination. Ethiopian coffee, flowers, and products are in every European market, and that trade relationship hit a record last year. We want to build on it. We want more of the value from Ethiopian exports to stay in Ethiopia with higher wages for the people who produce them. We have been here, we are here now, and we intend to stay and grow. Thank you.
ከሚያዝያ 12 እስከ ሚያዝያ 14 በቆየው የኢትዮጵያና የአውሮፓ ህብረት የቢዝነስ ፎረም በርካታ ርዕሰ ጉዳዮች እንደተነሱ ተመልክተናል። በፎረሙ ላይ የተለያዩ ውይይቶች ሲካሄዱ ነበረ። በተለይም የአፍሪካ ፍሪ ትሬድ ትልቅ አጀንዳ ሆኖ መነጋገሪያ ሆኗል። በተለይም 54ቱ የአፍሪካ ሀገራቶች እርስ በርስ የሚተሳሰሩበትን በአፍሪካ በኢትዮጵያም በሌሎችም ሀገራት ደግሞ በምን አይነት መንገድ የአውሮፓ ተቋማት ኢንቨስት ማድረግ ይችላሉ የሚለውን እርስ በርስ የተደረገ ውይይት ነበረ። ይህ ውይይት ምን ይመስላል የሚለውን የተወሰነ ከመድረኩ ተከታትለን እንመለስ።
The journey between the African Union and the European Union in as far as the AfCFTA is concerned, it actually started as far back as when the conceptualization of the AfCFTA came to the table. And this is as far back as 2009 thereabouts. And since then, the European Union has been a partner, a trusted partner, in supporting a number of key activities and projects that we have had within the framework of the African Union and the transition into the creation of the AfCFTA. So it is in this sort of a context that we are having this level of engagement with the European Union. Of course, the world has changed, and therefore, as you've heard during the session, the opening session, these relationships are also being recalibrated with a view to ensuring that our relationships are grounded on partnerships. And I think Her Excellency, the Minister of Austria, said it very well. It's all about partnerships, not a donor type of a relationship. And this is what we are driving forward. From an African perspective, what we are looking forward to having is a trade-led investment type of a relationship. And of course, in view of the different packages that were signed today, it seems that we are actually in the right track of ensuring that we move in the direction of a trade-led investment. And this is something that we think this partnership will advance in the many more years to come.
I'll be also very brief and maybe just frame what we just did today in this strange world that Director Mekon was referring to. When it comes to the way we engage internationally, and certainly when it comes to trade, the African Union and the EU believe that the way forward is precisely through cooperation, through dialogue, through respect, through predictability, through rules. We believe this is not about imposing unilaterally 50% tariffs on Lesotho. This is belief internationally is not about invading other countries. We want to make things work in a much more civil way. On the experience that we have in Europe, where simply trade was the driving engine of the European integration process and led certainly to prosperity and economic benefits, but also to stability. And I insist today, the African Union, Secretary General Mene, Commissioner Sikela send a strong message. We continue to believe that the way forward when it comes to trading with other countries, with other continents, is through rules, is through respect, and is through predictability.
Finland is a relatively small country, but living from export and high technology, and but after the Second World War, Finland was an agrarian poor country. So this kind of trade and rule-based trade gives a lot of opportunities, and I believe it will give the same here in Ethiopia. So we, from the beginning, Finland has been supporting the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, both via the Team Europe joint support, but also we support Trademark Africa. We really believe that, trading in a way at the national level also trade enhances democracy because traders and businesses want to have openness and transparency. And what is happening now, you are having in Africa, you have too little trade between each others. So issues like regional economic integration would be very, very important everywhere, This is what we do in Europe. We have the internal markets where people and goods can move freely. We really believe that this is something that you have a good chance of creating jobs, growing your economy with private sector. You have for instance in Africa, Horn of Africa, you have different resources, the country. Some have water, some have harbors, some can grow agricultural products, some have, human resources. If you work more together, so with the regional economic integration, everybody will win. We are doing this in European Union, and we in Finland, we sincerely believe that this is important here.
Ireland has been very happy to support the EU's technical assistance facility and to work with the AFCFTA Secretariat in what we see as a transformative piece of action for the future of this continent. Like Finland, economic integration in the EU was extraordinary for Ireland, transformed the opportunities for all of us and delivered on a very, very significant scale for us. So we believe that this is an important piece of work for the African continent itself, but also for the EU and for our support here. And we think that, as everybody has said, there is benefit for all of us in this. I just want to pick up on one thing which my colleague from Finland mentioned, but which the Secretary General also mentioned this morning at the signing ceremony, and which is very important. The question of economic inclusion. Protocol on women and youth, which Zinika also referred to there, is a critical part of this, and one which we in Ireland see as really essential to the work that what you're trying to achieve with the agreement and with the further implementation of it. And I think that piece around economic inclusion has been at the heart of the success of economic integration in Europe, and I think that it can be at the heart of success of economic integration in Africa. So really a big congratulations to the Secretariat from Ireland and from all of our EU partners on ensuring that remains at the heart of the work that you're doing.
ተመልካቾቻችን የአውሮፓ ህብረት በኢትዮጵያ ያካሄደው የቢዝነስ ፎረም ላይ ምን ጉዳዮች ተነሱ እንዲሁም በፎረሙ ላይ የተነሱ ጉዳዮች ምን ነበሩ የአውሮፓ ህብረት ለኢትዮጵያ የሰጠው የበጀት ድጋፍም ትልቅ መነጋገሪያ ነበር በሳምንቱ ከዛ ባለፈ ለተለያዩ ርዕሰ ጉዳዮች ይውላል ተብሎ የተፈረመው የ150 ሚሊዮን ዩሮ ትልቅ አጀንዳ ነበር እሱንም ተመለከተን ከዛ ባለፈ ግን በአፍሪካ ውስጥ ያለውን የፍሪ ትሬድ ለማሳደግ የተደረገው የ1.2 ቢሊዮን የገንዘብ ድጋፍና የእርስ በርስ የትብብር ስምምነት ፊርማንም ተመለከተን በርካታ ጉዳዮችን ተመልክተናል በተለይም ከአውሮፓ ህብረት ጋር ተያይዞም የተነሱ ነገሮችን ተመለከተን ፕሮግራሙን በማዘጋጀትና በማቅረብ ብዙን እንዳላብራችሁ ቆይታ አድርጌያለሁ ከቀሪ የአርትስ ቴሌቪዥን ዝግጅቶች ጋር መልካም ቆይታ